Hello.
Hello there. A one?
One.
250.
250. Well, hey guys, welcome to my channel. Yep, we are at Fort Zachary Taylor State Park, and right here you got the kiosks. So we have trails over that direction, and then we have the fort up in that direction. So I think what we'll do is we'll check out the fort first, and then we'll jump on the bike and we'll head up the trail. Okay, right here's a little placard about the fort. This fort was constructed like 1845 as part of the third tier system of defense for the southern Florida area. And we have a blacksmith shop up in here, it appears. Let's check that out a minute. Looks like they do live performances periodically. There you go. Got the old fire area right there. And then they got all the stuff needed for forging iron. That is the forge right up there. And we are actually on the actual naval base area here too. So not only is Fort Zachary Taylor a museum that you can walk through, but we're also located on the Navy base down here in Key West. And here we are. And it's kind of neat because you see at the fort here you got an area that's all painted basically black, and then you have the regular concrete. The part that was painted black was actually the new area that was added to the fort in the late 1800s. Right here we have like a little cannon in there, but this is their armory area. This is where they would stock the cannonballs and powder. So you got the powder magazine here. There's some cannonballs right there for some big cannons. And the cool thing about it is they actually had lifts all along here too. So inside here would be the powder and the magazine area up there. But there was lifts so they could actually put cannonballs and put powder on a little hoist that would hoist it up to the top layer where the guns were located up top side. And we will go up there in a minute. Now this used to be 3 stories tall originally, from what I understand. That's what the ranger was telling us. But once it got toward more like World War I, this was still an active fort. Well, then your weaponry expanded tremendously versus the old cannons that they used to use back in the day. And so they decided to take the fort down to just a single level, and then put bigger guns up on top. So anyways, yeah, this is a look at the top. You can kind of see where it's the brick over there, that's the old fort, and the black area here, this was the remodel or the addition that they put on later on. And right here is one of the lifts that they would use for bringing cannonball and powder magazines up to the gunners. And actually this is a platform for one where they used to, when they upgraded the guns, they went to the more modern type of gun, which was a lot bigger. And these were the mounts where they had those so they could protect off the coast. So I'll take a little walk around here and see if we can get up on top so you can see the remnants of the 2nd and 3rd floor. Yeah, we'll see if you can see down there. I didn't know if you could see anything, but that's one of the areas where they would send up the ammunition and whatnot. And right up there, you can see are the remains of the second and third floor when they took it down. And those half moon radiuses you see right there, those are the rails that the cannons are actually mounted on, so they could literally push them from side to side to adjust their trajectory depending what's happening. Now, years ago, there wasn't the woods back there. Talking to the ranger, he said, yeah, since they've been dredging Key West Bay and whatnot, they'll take all the dredgings over the years and they put them in front of the fort here and extended it out farther. The water used to come all the way up to the wall here, it was wide open. So obviously now you get growth because of all the dredging that was piled back up along the fort. And this is kind of interesting too. If you look right here, some old cannons basically buried into the fort. Well, when they upgraded their cannons to the more modern type cannon, they didn't know what to do with all this old stuff. So they literally buried it and covered it under concrete when they took the rest of the fort down and did the addition. So yeah, so you got there's the back end of a cannon there, you got a nice big cannon here and there, and those are all the old cannons that they used to have. So, pretty cool. Let's head on down and check the rest of the fort out. Excuse me. Over here is, I believe, where the barracks. These are all the brick and the concrete samples that they used, all the different types of rock that was used to support the fort here. And here we have some of the mounts that the cannons were mounted on. And there's a little bitty cannon right there. And then there's one of the more conventional cannons that you typically see. There you go, a little sign explaining about the Scarlet 3-inch ordnance gun, which is what that is. For Zachary Taylor during the Spanish-American War. And in here, right there, is one of the rails that was used for pivoting the cannons. That appears over there to be one of the hoists that they used to have that would raise the gunpowder and the cannonball up to the top decks from down below. And over there's the motorized part of it, it appears. So that would be what lifted, and that would be what pulled it up there. And I think they were like a cable driven type of a setup, would be my guess. Don't know for sure though. Different rounds, rifle rounds, so on and so forth. And I think we can go right through here. Let's see what's up there. Oh, this is a prison cell. Nice. Prison cell in Fort Zachary Taylor. Basically have a brick wall, a bench. At least they did give you a window up there so you get some ventilation and see some activity. Also, there was only one way to get onto the fort, and that was going over an 1,100-foot long bridge, wooden bridge that came across to the mainland. That was the only way to get into the fort, because the rest of it was all surrounded by water. And this just kind of gives you an idea of where they would eat. This would be the mess hall. Yep, feeding soldiers right there. And right there would be your gunpowder kegs. Starting to show some signs of age. Look at that crack. And in here, basically, is a little chapel where the soldiers could go to church if they so desired. And this area here, it kind of gives you an idea of how they would sleep. There you go, you got your beds right up there. So this would be like the sleeping area. Those beds don't look that comfortable. Basically, they have straw mattresses. Pretty much it. Right here is a cannon. One of the cannons they used to have, the old cast iron cannons. Right there. And that's where they would point it out. And the whole fort used to have a moat, or actually the ocean, just like that, right out there. All the way around the whole fort, except for where you could get in. Another cannon. Here it gives you an idea of what the artillery shells and stuff kind of look like. That's grape, or like a bunch of little cannonballs that would spread out when they'd shoot it out there. Oh, here you go upstairs. Then they'd have the 30-pound, 100-pound, 300-pound shells. Or bullet, actually, I guess you would call that, depending on the size of the gun. And they had a typical round cannonball, which was filled with gunpowder, which would explode when it would hit too. And right there you got a gun on the rack, ready to get fired. Put a lever in here. That's how you would raise and lower the cannon to get the correct trajectory. And these are a cool feature. Most of these little areas here that you see would go down into the ground, and it was a cistern. So this is where they would get their water. Pretty interesting. This reminds me of Grand Tortola's, the fort down there, which is pretty cool. That was Fort Jefferson. That's in one of my other previous videos. I'll put a link up above for that, whatever side. The architecture is just crazy. Check this out. There's your entrance in. Look at the ceiling. All the big barrel vaults. All that land out there was not here when the fort was operational. That's all the dredgings. It's basically the ocean all the way up to the walls. It's kind of interesting. Gives you the average cannon range from Fort Zachary Taylor. It's 3 miles out to sea. Pretty cool. Right there would be one of the more of the modern day turrets. The big guns they used in modern day warfare. Mounted right there. Let's head down. Excuse me. Old fort, new fort. Okay, that was the fort. Let's go take a bike ride now. And here you can see the transition between the new fort over here from the old fort over there, from the concrete to the brick, the red brick. Okay, we're gonna run along the edge of the fort on the bike. Okay, now we're leaving the park area. We're going to head over toward the beach area, see what that's all about. And as a matter of fact, there's a concession stand up here, so I think I'm going to stop and get me a beer. Okay, let's check out the facilities here. Right up there's the little snack bar area. And the cool thing about it is they do sell beer. Gotta love it. We'll take a walk up here, see what it's all about. Yeah, the dining area there. Put your order right there. Nice little gift shop. And here's the menu.
Take it two. Yeah, okay, take it two. And the kilo pie on the stick. Good. So yummy.
A little bit of something for everybody. You know what? I think I'm gonna get me a hamburger to boot. I got my AZ IPA and my hamburger. That's the only way to have it. Everything, including onions. Cheers, guys. Oh, yeah. This is a great hamburger. after I finish this burger, we'll take a walk around the beach. Okay, yeah, that was a really good hamburger for just short notice. So let's take a walk along the beach. Why don't we? What a gorgeous day today. Check this out. Little Key Westy signs. Here's basically the beach area where you can rent umbrellas and chairs. The area I like is right up there. See all those trees? Cool thing about it, I can hang my hammock in there and kind of relax. As a matter of fact, I think I'll do that. And I'll bring you guys along. There's the Gulf of Mexico. And right over there is the Navy base. Gotta love it. They got the fence across there with the barbed wire across the top. Pretty crazy. Kind of cool too. Yoga on the beach. Go guys, a day at Fort Zachary Taylor State Park and the beach. If you like this kind of video, please hit the like and subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell so I can let you know when I upload new videos. Other than that, please share. And this is Greg with the G. Bacher Adventure Chronicles, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. Happy camping guys. Bye bye. Need a push?